New kids on the block. Come on. Boys to men. Big freedom. Jordan Sparks. And naughty by nature.
Ain't got nothing else but time. I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Gonna leave it all behind. When will it stop? Can't take this shit no more.
And we're back.
Oh.
Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Don't say no, girl, here we go.
John,
how you guys doing?
Yeah.
How you guys feeling?
Yeah, hooray!
Fantastico.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. It's another New Kids stream. We are still quarantined, and everyone is looking good. Everyone's hair is looking a little bit longer, and John's in the great outdoors. Jordan is preparing something in the background. I'm excited to see what it is. How's everybody doing?
Joe's still staging. Joe's still renting staging in his house with fake books in the background.
Donald Wahlberg in the house. Everyone is looking fresh. It's good to see you guys.
I just want to say, I moved this last week, and I say it with all the love. Danny looks increasingly like Danny Trejo every week that passes as his hair gets longer and longer. Danny Trejo's the best, man.
He's a lot of a younger version.
He's a lot of pop, right?
Yeah, and for those who don't live in Los Angeles, Danny Trejo runs a pretty excellent taco restaurant, Trejo's Tacos. They are no joke.
I love that guy, man. He's the best.
Where did you see him, Donnie? Didn't he come to your set or something like that?
He did Blue Bloods. He did an episode. Oh, okay. It was awesome. It was me and him and Lou Diamond Phillips. We're all working. It was great. It was so fun. Talk about surreal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those moments you wake up and you're just doing the work, and all of a sudden you pop to and go, fucking sitting here with fucking La Bamba and the dude from Heat.
La Bamba.
He was so good in Heat. Anyway, all right. Sorry, Danny. I just thought I'd say that. It's a high compliment in my book.
Yeah. Right. I'm waiting for Danny to repeat a Boston sports shirt. He's got endless, and never a repeat from you.
Not yet.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see you guys. We've got some fun stuff planned for today. I mean, it looks like everyone is doing okay, taking it in stride. There's been, lots of different things going on in the week since we last saw you guys. And, one of the things that I know we've been one of the things we do in our streams is we've been, sharing some of the good things that are going on. But, I've actually pulled together a few things that, the new kids have a group text where they send around things that are going on that they think are funny. And I think one of the things that is good, something that's good, is that we can all find things to laugh about. So one of the things that I think is bringing me a little bit of levity, it seems like the new kids are enjoying it as well, is some of the funny stuff that's popping around on the internet. So I wanted to, this is something good, some things that are funny out there. People have time on their hands, and, they're getting creative.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys saw that one. Another solid one is, I don't know if you saw this, that there were some fans, they were making a TikTok on their mailbox and they got a visitor.
All of that mama party girl, she just want to have fun too. And say you ain't wifey type, but I don't care.
How you doing?
And they, you know, and that actually went viral, and then they hooked up again one more time.
Cause some kind in the mail today.
And you don't wanna fight with us. We big dogs, you don't fight the wolves. Had rubbers in my backpack. And you brought your gamers.
Got it!
I love it. No, I love it. And obviously, I mean, I know we've talked about it before, but thank God for all the people that are out there serving us hard, you know, and taking good care of us, serving up the mail and everything else. This man, he's very original, and to be honest, we might need him for you know, future meet and greets. You never know.
This is my invention. This is the hugger. You come inside. You put your arms in here, the other person put the arms in there, and you hug them.
This guy's creative.
I already ordered 5 of those. I ordered 5 of those for Fenway. We're good. We're already good.
I know. I you know, we're out here. You know, the new kids are looking for ideas, and this man, he's on to something. Yeah. You know, a lot of people talked about, you know, how they're getting back out there. Some of the cities are allowing people to exercise outside and starting to go to parks and starting to play some sports, but we have to be careful and make sure that we don't you know, have another you know, obviously issue of people getting too close to each other. And you know, Long Island is near and dear, the people of Nassau County, near and dear to your heart, and their public officials, they have a plan and they are taking it seriously. And this public address of how you could go back and start playing tennis was definitely a highlight.
Singles only, no doubles. No doubles. Only every other court, you have to have a court between players, between sets of people playing. Every player, unless they're from the same household, has to bring their own tennis balls so that you don't touch other people's tennis balls with your hands. You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them. I'm gonna blush, sorry. Of course, if you're playing with someone in your household, you can touch those tennis balls. To avoid confusion between whose balls are whose, you can use a marker, like a Sharpie, to mark out, to put an X or put someone's initials on them. I would just say everyone is doing a great job on golf, and I know that our residents are smart, and they will continue to do a great job on tennis.
I think my favorite part of that video is when she loses the crowd and they just start laughing. It's like, apparently no one checked those remarks before she addressed the crowd.
The initials.
It seemed like they gave her a note beforehand, and they learned from when Belichick and Brady and the Deflategate and all that, because every press conference was like, well, some people's balls are inflated this much. No one ever said footballs, so it looked like she got the memo but forgot.
And the guy in the back who's got like the full like facial covering, he's got to just be cracking up back there.
If I was her, I would have been grateful for that helicopter because it kind of took the edge off a little bit. It's just kind of, because otherwise it would have been too much silence.
I mean, all kidding aside, these things are one of the things that the Paul household is enjoying a good laugh right now. I think we all need it. I don't know if you guys also saw this. This is one of my favorite things of the week. Is there's a meme going around where people put up. It's a joking about how we all had plans and how COVID is wrecking it. So there are memes going around where they talk about what their plans were. Versus what 2020 has done to them, and it got a little out of hand.
Oh my God!
Is this one famous office scene? The chili.
Oh my God!
Taylor Swift and Kanye.
Yeah.
Damn.
This one's dark but funny.
Hold on, I don't get that.
He got killed in the movie.
Yeah, he's highly allergic to bees, and then there's this one, this slicing the bagels, and then there's this one for your Patriots fans out there.
Hey,
hey,
like that.
So no, I mean, it's in all seriousness. I mean, one of the things that I think is getting us all through this is our ability to laugh. So there's some good things going out around. Everyone's getting pretty creative, and I know we've been on the lookout, passing things along that we think are funny. You know, those are some good stuff. Donnie, you got something to say?
No, I'm just laughing. It's really, yeah. Let's just keep moving.
All right. So it's Memorial Day weekend, which obviously
what I'm laughing at is next time we'll do the grown-up version late night one night of some of the other stuff you've been sending me from TikTok, Jared. I'll do the adult version later. It's really funny.
Well, you know, we all have children. This is like a PG-13 stream, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the internet that brings us joy. And yes, I picked some things that were stream appropriate.
Yeah, I'm grateful for it and chuckling.
Joe actually sent the Snoop Dogg singing Frozen was a highlight. I like that one too. I'm sure some people have seen that out there. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was cool.
He went in his car and he just had to let it go. He just needed a moment. I think we all can relate.
Yeah. He's as if he could get any lovable. He goes and does that. Any more lovable. Yeah, it's cool.
So Memorial Day weekend is obviously a time that everyone is usually spending with their families, but it's also a time that the new kids are usually out and about on tour, or through all the years, there's been a lot of things that have taken place in new kids.
Speaking about,
Jordan's
he's taking it in. Oh, there he is. There's been a lot of great new kids history. I don't know what's going on.
As long as you say Frozen every time you're frozen, now good.
There he is. Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Yeah, is everybody's Wi-Fi good, or is it just mine? It's like cutting in and out.
You have the clearest picture, John. You're not frozen yet, and everything looks really perfect.
Your door is greener than ever.
Yeah.
Still green. Joe, you got to come and paint it. I saw you out there painting your gutters the other day.
Yeah, man. I'm with you, bro. You know, it's my dream to be your laborer, bro. Come on. I say way too much.
We got lots of stuff around here.
I'm ready.
So Memorial Day weekend, it's a weekend that has a lot of famous memories and historic days in New Kids history. So I wanted to take a quick trip down memory lane and some of the things that have taken place on Memorial Day weekend. Here are some of the stats, and I wanted to also give a shout out to the NKOTB History Twitter page that does a great job. Lisa pulls a lot of these things together, and she helped us pull some of this together. So in 1989, on May 29th, Memorial Day weekend, the New Kids performed at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. 1991, May 24th, the New Kids performed in Birmingham at the NEC Arena.
I'm just saying that's not 89.
I know. These are some pictures from the era, Joe.
There you
go.
From the era. Okay.
In 1991, the New Kids performed in Birmingham at NEC Arena on May 24th. On May 27th, 1991, the Call It What You Want single, which is the second single off No More Games, came out, the remix. That was 1991. On Memorial Day weekend in 2011, the NKOT BSB album was released. Here's a quick sample from
Single, you gotta be alone tonight. So while my DJ play that single, just pretend that I'm your man tonight. So you don't gotta be alone. I'll be your boyfriend. You don't gotta be alone. Girl, I'll be your boyfriend. You don't gotta be alone. Baby, I'll be your boyfriend. Be your boyfriend till the song comes on. I'll be the one.
That's right. That was in 2011. So both the NKOTB greatest hits album that had songs like "Don't Turn Off the Lights" was released, as well as the tour. The tour was actually in Baltimore at the First Mariner Arena on May 29th, 2011. In 2013, the New Kids kicked off the Total Package Tour with 98 Degrees and Boys to Men. We were in Uncasville on that tour. So yeah, that was 2013. That tour started with 3 shows at the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. We seem to have lost Donald Wahlberg. Maybe he's getting ready to show us his performance of games. Yeah, he's changing. I'm not sure. Hopefully he'll join us back in a second here. In 2014, a Memorial Day weekend, the New Kids were he hit the wrong button. He'll be right back with us. He said the New Kids were over in Europe doing their Evening with New Kids tour. Here was a special moment for that. In May 24th, the New Kids were in Nottingham at the Royal Concert Hall. Here's a clip from a fan shot video. Awesome. Oh, that was a fun tour. Lots of fun moments. That was, I love when you guys sing that song. Also, Memorial Day weekend, the New Kids were on a 2-night stand in Rosemont in Chicago. And this is the 2015 main event tour. Fan shot video from 2015 from the main event tour. Also, Memorial Day weekend, New Kids were in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the Box Center on May 24th, 2017. Here's a clip from that little sizzle reel from that 2017 tour.
One more night to love you. Give me one more night to love you. One more night. One more night to love you.
That's right. And last but not least, the New Kids on Memorial Day weekend in 2019, we're on the mixtape tour and performed in Anaheim. You also were in Vegas. It was a great weekend. So there's a little clip, Marcelo shots from Anaheim and the mixtape tour. Yeah, I mean, lots of Memorial Day weekend memories.
I can't believe that amazing tour in 2017, and somehow we had arguably maybe even more good times in 2019. That's crazy. God darn it.
Tough one. It's a tough one to top, that total package tour.
Crazy.
Tough. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, there you go. I thought there was something coming. I felt like
another close up. Thank you.
There you go. I just feel close to you, and I pressed that button. So anyway, Memorial Day weekend has had a lot of great memories, and obviously a lot of different things in New Kids history have taken place. It's kind of different to be home Memorial Day weekend. Usually, of course, with the fans on the road, but I wanted to pull together some of those things that have come together through the years. And you guys, I know, have enjoyed being a part of people's Memorial Day weekends.
Underappreciated in that list is Birmingham. We had some great times over there, man, in Birmingham and Manchester and in the UK, and we had some great memories. That always playing there was always exhilarating.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Jordan's freezing up and Donnie's just getting the fuck out.
I did not touch anything. I don't know what's going on today. It's what is that, witching hour? Was that what you said? It's
witching hour.
I hope he knows that he's not on the stream when he's it's like when you get cut off on a call and you're still talking and you have no idea that you've lost the connection. Let's hope we get Donnie back on in a second. But I think it would be nice if we maybe set up a little bit of a game. You guys feel like playing a game today?
Sure.
Good. Yeah, we may have more than one for you. But we gotta hopefully get Donnie back on here because I think we're gonna need him. Anyone wanna,
Hey, yeah, I'll say I just released my first episode of what I call Whatever Night You Want It to Be, which kind of just named itself. But yeah, I'll do a shout out. We had some fun. So again, in the spirit of having something to do these times, I think we had but is part of our page, Jared?
Yes, it's on the New Kids YouTube. It's been posted on all the New Kids. So if anyone has not seen it, please go check it out. You can find it there on the new. It's on the same exact place you're streaming this. It's on the New Kids YouTube channel.
Skits involved. There's conversations and some songs, and it's giving me something to do.
Party.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and explain what we're going to do, and hopefully Donnie will join us again in a second. So there's been another thing that's been sort of going around on the internet is there's a game that people are playing. It's sort of a couples game. People are playing it based upon getting asked questions, and they have to answer them truthfully and actually sort of name who in the relationship is most likely to who's most likely to be Hi, Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie. Did John get whacked too?
I don't think so.
He's there.
He's just acting very still. Or did he get whacked?
His screen is fully blacked out on my thing.
Oh, he got
whacked.
He's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
John's pissed, man. He's pissed. Look at him. He's like, someone said
something bad happened.
So what?
No.
Nice, Jordan.
Yeah.
We know you're not frozen because you're not saying frozen.
What are you John, come back to us. Oh, we're struggling today. Technology is just not our friend right now.
Mine's killing me today.
Yeah, now playing all kinds of random things. All right.
What was that? That looked like Christmas at House of Blues in Boston.
It was. John pressed the wrong button.
Ain't no doubt I'm gonna work on out.
That's right. There it is. That was not Memorial Day weekend. That was the Toys for Tots event at House of Blues, actually. Full service with Ricky Belt.
That was
all right. Let's see if I can play this.
Okay, who initiated the first kiss? Who apologizes first after a fight? Who is the funny one? Who is more romantic?
Wait.
Who is the most patient? Who's the better cook?
That's easy.
Who said I love you first? Who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
You definitely chose me for that.
Who is grumpier in the morning? Who's more stubborn? Who's the bigger baby when sick? Who is the social butterfly? Who is the messy one? Who spends the most money? Who loses their keys?
All right, it is time to play On Point with New Kids on the Block. See, this is a game that is going around on the internet right now. Again, people trying to find things to do with their time. This is a game that people play in a relationship, their friends. And you know what? Being in a band, it's like being married. It's you guys are brothers, right? You're in a relationship. That's right. So we're going to play this game. It is called On Point with New Kids on the Block. Obviously, we play two at a time. So the way I'm going to figure out who goes with who is I have made these little name tags, and there you go. And so we're gonna.
Oh, with that machine you did?
That's right. So I also have this. So we're gonna put this in here. My son is not gonna notice I took this because I'm gonna put it back when I'm done. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna see
like a real game show.
Yeah. All right.
Didn't like that one?
Well, you know, just I want to do it blindly, and I looked, and that was that. All right.
Who is it?
Joey.
Joey.
And Jordan. All right. So we are going to leave that there. So the way this is going to work is you have to actually shut your eyes. You saw J-Lo and A-Rod. They had their eyes closed. And the way you score points is if for every question you point to the same person, you get 1 point. Okay, so I'm going to pair up Joey and Jordan. Here we go.
Very, very.
And yeah, I'm going to pull myself out of this. And hang on 1 second. You have to be able to hear me.
Can we hear you? Or no?
No, not yet. Hang on 1 sec. All right. Got to get you side by side. All right. So you're side by side.
Okay. So we want to do that.
All right. Yeah. Can you guys hear me all right? All right. Can you hear me? Great. All right.
No,
so
it's either me.
So you either point to yourself or you point to the other person. And you get, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and you get 1 point for every time you point to the same person. All right?
Yeah.
Everyone understanding? And you got to shut your eyes.
Oh.
Shut them.
Right,
Shut it.
Yeah, okay.
Shut them.
Which one of you is the messiest? Who smells the best?
It's a tough one.
I can't see your hand. I can't see your hand, Jordan. All right. Who texts the most? Who's the best dressed?
Oh, man.
Who's the biggest homebody? Who can fall asleep anywhere? Who always knows the steps? Who's most likely to fall off stage?
Oh my God.
Who would you trust to do your Christmas shopping? Who gives the best nicknames? Who would tell the? Who would be the first person to tell if you had something stuck in your teeth? Most likely to complain that it's either too cold or too hot. Worst driver.
Well, I don't know if anyone is.
Most likely to get lost in a new city on tour. Most likely to get kicked out of Fenway Park.
Oh, Jesus.
Most likely to get arrested.
Oh, fuck.
Get arrested.
Well, it depends. Okay.
All right, and the last question, who gives the best hugs? All right. Let's see how you guys did.
I think we probably did pretty good. I think we had a lot of the same, no?
You got 10 right.
It was good. It was good. It was
good.
some surprises in there for sure.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to put one back in. So I'm gonna have to put one back in so everybody has a chance to go.
Yeah,
like Joe gets dressed really nice,
Danny?
but like in meet and greet, huh?
And I always keep it backwards. There you go. And John. So Danny and John, you're up. All right. So remember the rules. All right. So you see where the person is. So you have to shut your eyes and you have to point to yourself or the other person. And we are counting how many you both get. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right. Don't cheat, John.
I'm not cheating.
Other way, John. Point the other way. No, other way.
Wait, no, that way. Oh, yeah, that way. Got it.
Okay.
Okay, go.
All right. Most likely to win Chopped.
Chopped?
Best candidate to be an FBI agent. Takes longest to get ready. Is the most patient. Is the most adventurous. Who's the most adventurous? Who always knows the song lyrics? Who's the biggest prankster?
Prankster. Prankster. I would say this guy.
Most likely to get arrested. Who has the loudest sneezes? Who's the most generous?
Well, that's a tough one. No, I say this guy too.
Most likely to sing karaoke at a bar. Most likely to win the lottery and lose the ticket. Who can be the grumpiest? Who texts the most? Who's the most sentimental? Who remembers the most history of the band?
Joe.
Right.
Who does the best impressions? John, I can't see your hand. Who gives the best hugs? All right, good job, guys. All right, let's see here. You got 13. Well done.
All right, John.
Donnie.
Right. So Donnie,
I've seen you at things though.
The best part was they got to one answer and neither one of them wanted to answer because it was neither one of them. And they got everyone right. And then there was one they both didn't want a point. It was, you guys were in the zone.
all right, so Donnie
It
is
was one
definitely.
you guys both froze on and didn't answer. And eventually you did, but you didn't want to because you both were just, you had gotten everyone right to that point. It was crazy.
Donnie is up.
Too bad we can't do Jared and Donnie. That would be a good one.
We could.
How do we do that though? Can you? Oh, well, you have all the good questions.
You guys can just make them up if you want.
But can you have a voice though? No, it's going to be too hard because those are complicated questions.
Wait, Jordan hasn't gone yet, right?
Jordan went.
Yeah, right. He went first. So Donnie's the only one that hasn't gone yet. So we got to pair. We're going to randomly pair someone with Donnie.
You can do me and everyone. I'll just point to everyone if it's not me.
You picked Jordan, maybe?
I did.
Jordan and Donnie were
So it's Jordan and Donnie. That was who I picked first. Nice. All right. Here we go.
All right, it's me and Crab.
All right, and there's going to be some of these questions you have heard before because I've read most of them already. But you got it. You know the rules. You have to close your eyes. And here we go. Who is most likely to win an Olympic medal?
Depends what it is.
Yeah. What sport?
It's Summer Olympic medal. I'll go. I don't know.
I'll go.
All right. Most likely to get lost in a new city on tour.
Both of us.
Who gives the best hugs?
What?
Who gives the best hugs? Who's most likely to fall off stage?
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Let's see.
Yeah, he doesn't fall.
Who's most likely to tell the dirtiest joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Most likely in another life to become a farmer. If you weren't doing what you're doing. Who can fall asleep anywhere? Most likely to write the next Harry Potter sequel.
Whoa.
I don't know nothing about Harry Potter.
Yeah, me too.
Who's the worst? Who's the worst driver?
Donnie's pretty good.
Every one of these could be anyone except who could fall asleep anywhere. One of these is a tie. Yeah, I'll say if scooters count and golf carts, then I got a winner.
Who's the most adventurous? Are you pointing? Who are you pointing to, Donnie?
Me.
Yourself. Who has the loudest sneeze? Most likely to be late.
Yeah. They're all coin tosses, but
takes the longest to get ready.
Yeah, there's a
Well, without being late, I'll say
is the most sentimental. Most likely to win a lottery and lose the ticket. Is the biggest prankster. Who remembers all the song lyrics?
Who forgets them all?
Who knows the steps? All right. And the last question, who knows the most history of the band?
It's a tricky one.
Wow, you guys did great. Well done. Everyone did great. See, they really are. They really are brothers. You guys got, wow, a lot. Hold on one second.
It's crazy because at least 80% of them we could have just did tie. Like you get lost in a new city. Like
yeah,
you don't even leave the venue.
I know. It's like both of us or neither of us.
Yeah.
You guys got 18. Well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many?
I don't know. Yeah, you guys pretty much got, I think you got all but one. Yeah. Wow. We'll have to go back and watch the tape. Well, that was on point. Well done, guys. You have energy to play one more game with me?
Yeah.
You guys feeling up for it? Feeling up for it? I mean, I know the fans at home are up for it.
Sure thing.
All right, let me set up this game. I'm going to say goodbye to the pig. He did a good job.
While you're getting the game ready, who did you vote for on who takes longer to get ready, Jordan? I voted for me.
I voted for you.
Yeah.
But that's why I said, well, if not late, because you start early.
I start early, yeah. I start real early.
Yeah, there actually were a lot of questions on there because some of these were ones we pulled together, and some of them are like the same questions that a lot of people on the internet have been playing with the game. And I realized that there are some that are just like common knowledge amongst the band. So it's kind of like you guys know it's too. You guys always talk about how Joe remembers dates for everything and the history. So like there were some that were so obvious, but I guess what's more interesting is when it's not the person who is the biggest texter in the group or whatever, like who would be the second most. So that there are a few that I threw out. I did not ask Donnie and Jordan who smells the best because we all know Donnie believes in the pheromones. It's well documented, you know. So there's a few that I just skipped over. All right, so this game is one that is also being played, and some people are streaming it. It's similar to some of the games we played before, but it is called Short and Sweet. So it is basically a timed game. So I've texted every one of you guys a name of a pop or rock group from 80s, 90s, 2000s. And you each have gotten a list. And what we're going to do is when it's your turn, you're going to have 5 seconds to try to describe that band name to your bandmates. And it's you can't use the names of anyone in the group or any of their famous songs, any of their songs. So you have to describe the group with other characteristics, maybe, you know, where they're from or anything else. You cannot use their names and you cannot use any of their songs.
Are we dry
So-
recording this or no?
No, it's a verbal game.
Okay.
It's you have to give verbal cues, and you'll have 5 seconds. When it's over, you'll hear the ding, and everyone can keep guessing. You just can't say anything else. So you have to be quiet, and they have as much time as they want to guess, but they'll have to guess from the clues you gave them. You can't give them any more clues after the time is up.
I'm so sorry. I was looking at going for the text and I missed probably the most important part of it. So what can you give as clues? Verbal?
It's only verbal, and you have to do it in the time allotted, and you just cannot name any members of the group by name, and you cannot name any of their songs.
What?
You can't name any members of the group by name. You can't name their songs.
Yep.
Okay.
So if I was trying to describe your group in 5 seconds, I might say there are 5 of them. They're from Boston. They got, their first hit was in, stuff like that.
Okay.
They're incredibly handsome and have strong Wi-Fi signals. Stuff like that.
That's not true.
All right. Would anyone like to volunteer to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So
should we go for the first name on the on that you sent us?
Yeah, start with the first name, and I will say go when it's time to start, and you should be able to hear an alarm go off when your 5 seconds are up. All right? Ready, set, go.
He was kind of in touch with his...
Whoa.
Damn.
5 seconds goes by quick.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and I think we got to go 10 seconds. That was quick. All right.
So give Joe another chance.
Yeah.
I mean,
1 second.
Talk about Memorial Day. I got flattened. Let's say a prayer.
That was shocking.
Oh.
All right. All right. Let's try that again. Here we go. Go.
One of their famous songs was about an animal that changed a lot.
Chameleon?
Boy George.
I'm a chameleon.
Nice.
Yeah, you got it. Culture Club.
You got it.
Wow. You did it. All right.
That was my first instinct to go to that song, but then I tried to, anyways. All right, cool.
Good job. That's one point for the new kids and Joe. All right. Ready? Joe, you're going to go through your list, okay? Ready?
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just go through your list.
You ready?
Yep. Ready, set, go.
You mentioned it in a rap, Donnie. They're a Boston group. There were 3 guys, and 2 of them aren't alive anymore.
LFO.
Yeah.
LFO.
Well done.
I wouldn't have thought they're a Boston group. I mentioned them right after Menudo.
Menudo.
All right. You ready, Joe? Ready, set, go.
Wait. Time out. You can't mention names.
You cannot mention someone in the group, and you cannot mention any of their songs.
Shit. Okay.
All right. Ready, set, go.
Lead singer is married to Jay-Z.
Beyonce, Destiny Child.
Thank you.
Well done.
Lead singer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Doing good. You are 3 for 3, Joe. Killing it. All right. All right. Ready, set, go.
We used to see them at Rascals, and I think we opened up for them, and they're the name of an airplane.
Jefferson Starship. Jefferson Starship.
All right. You can't give any more clues.
Oh, maybe that was there.
You can't give any more clues, Joe.
Guys,
they
come on.
Guessing.
Same clues. Remember what I said?
An airplane?
America?
K7.
Remember Rascals?
No, you're
Remember
still. Oh, you're repeating your clue.
Rascals? Where was that?
Yeah, we just need it. Vincent's was in Randolph. Rascals was at the Palace in the North Shore.
Club Nouveau.
All right, I think that is going to be a 0. Good. The answer was the Jets. All right, and this is Joe's. You guys are doing great, though.
Yeah.
That's Joe's the obvious answer of who remembers everything. I don't even remember seeing that show. So,
all right, Joe, here is your last one. Ready, set, go.
Hopefully we'll be on the same weekend at Fenway with them.
BBD.
Aerosmith.
Thank you.
Yes.
Aerosmith.
But you know what? Both would have been correct. Well done, Joe. Well done. You did a great job. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right. I forgot to play the intro for this. Here, I'm going to play it anyway. All right. So Jordan Knight is up next on Short and Sweet. Jordan, you have 10 seconds for your first clue. The time starts now.
Boston boy band. We came after them.
New Edition.
New Edition.
Well done. All right. Ready, set, go.
A group that came out in New York. They did dance music.
CNC Matt.
Sweet Sensation.
We were going to work with them. They were going to produce some music.
That's it. That's it.
Music Factory.
Yeah. Boom. Well done. All right.
You said it, right?
You said it. He got it. CNC Music Factory. Good job. All right. Jordan, your next clue. Ready, set, go.
Really young boy band out of Atlanta. There was 3 of them or 4 of them.
The boys.
The boys?
Yeah.
You did it. Good job. All right. Your fourth clue. Go.
Oh, go now?
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, ready, set, go.
A rap group out of the 80s produced by Rick Rubin, White Dudes.
Beastie Boys.
Boys.
Well done. All right. And the last Jordan Knight group. Here we go. Go.
A boy band out of Puerto Rico.
Menudo.
Yes.
Menudo.
He does it in 2 seconds. Well done.
Menudo.
All right. We are doing well. Doing well here. We have a couple more new kids left to go. Danny Wood, you are up
Ready
next.
to go.
All right, here we go. Danny, are you ready for your first clue? All right, ready, set, go.
British boy band that came after us.
Wanted.
Take that.
Yes. Yes. All right, ready, set, go.
3 brothers from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hanson.
Yes.
Oh, wow, you knew Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wow.
No.
All right. Ready, set, go.
Mixtape tour female group.
Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
Say Paula.
Good job. All right. Next Danny Wood clue. Ready, set, go.
5 females from England.
Nice girl.
Nice girl.
Yes. Good job. All right. You guys are crushing this. Should have made it more difficult. All right. Ready, set, go.
80s male duo.
Wham.
Oh, no.
Donnie.
Yes. Both are correct, but you did a great job. All right, 5 for 5 there. Good job, Danny Wood, and good job, new kids. We got 2 left.
Me or you, John?
John, you feeling it?
Yeah.
Sounds like 5 seconds is enough. Maybe I just stumbled early.
All right, let's. You know what? Should we make lightning round? Should we switch it to 5 seconds?
No.
All right. We'll keep it at 10. All right, John, ready for your first one? Ready, set, go.
Boy band from Florida.
Down.
In sync.
Yeah, Joe said it. Joe said it.
Oh, Old Town. Yeah.
All right. Ready for the next one? Ready, set, go.
3-girl group. They toured with us. Tragic Sensation. One died.
Oh, TLC.
Oh.
I was looking at the wrong one. I'm like, they toured with you?
Left eye.
All right. John, you ready for your next one?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go.
Old school 1980s. Their sisters.
They sing like
Pointer Sisters.
Yep.
Yes.
Dang.
All right. Good job.
Sisters is in the name, actually.
Yeah. You get a half.
Oh,
a
yeah.
Siblings. Female siblings.
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 Should we take a half a point? All right. Ready, set, go.
They toured with us. There's 3 of them. They just did a song with us.
Boys to Men.
Yes, Boys to Men.
Oh shit.
All right. One last one. Ready, set, go.
Girl trio. Their names. It's a two names, and they're like people's last name.
Yes.
Good
job.
Good.
All right. So 4.5 for John for for blurring the lines of the rules, but his own brother called him out. I like it. Honesty. It's the name of the game here in quarantine. All right. So bringing it up on short and sweet. I have a good feeling about this. Donnie Wahlberg to wrap this up for us. All right, Donnie, you ready?
I think so. All right.
Ready, set, go.
Greatest Irish rock band of all time.
U2.
Great.
All right, good job. Ready, set, go.
Greatest band ever to come out of New Jersey.
Bon Jovi.
Good job.
You got some.
Ready, set, go.
Girl group opened for us in '89. Not Sweet Sensation.
Cover Girls.
Good job. Ready, set, go.
Greatest rap group of all time that came from Hollis, Queens.
Run DMC.
Run DMC.
Good job. All right, and the last one. Ready, set, what? Ready, set, go.
British duo, possibly the greatest British pop singer of all time.
Done. Boom. Yes. Well done. That you guys aced them all. You missed the Jets, and John kind of cheated on Pointer Sisters. So other than that, you guys got them all. Well done, guys. That's awesome. That's I think that's what we got for you today, guys. Pretty exciting. Thank you guys for playing along. We played on point with the new kids, short and sweet. Looked at some funny memes on the internet and some videos. Walked through some Memorial Day memories. Any parting words for the fans out there on Memorial Day weekend?
Love you guys.
Keep hope alive.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
And happy Memorial Day weekend. All those we've lost in service of our country, thank you. All their relatives, thank you also.
Also, just pretend you want to have a really, really quiet, private Memorial Day weekend.
Because that's how it's going to be anyway.
It's been so much fun being with you guys. I hope we get to set up another one for next week to be with you guys and bring some smiles into everyone's life. Thank you guys for playing along. As always, we had some fun. We actually have a little bit of a twist today, a special surprise for you guys. Donnie, do you want to explain what we're about to do? And before we, I guess, say goodbye to some of our new kids' friends?
Yeah, and any of them are welcome to stay, but I was asked to do an interview with NK Radio Airplay, so rather than just do it, I figured I'd do it with our fans as part of the stream. So I'm going to stay for an extra hour with them, and I don't know what we're going to talk about or what we're going to do or what they're going to do, but I'm going to stay and do it. And if it works out, maybe you guys can do it another time, one by one. So we'll see how it goes.
Cool.
So I'm here for another hour, in other words. And Jared, you're staying too, right?
I'm staying. Yeah, Joe did not hang up. I can see him. I think he's having bad Wi-Fi, so I'm sure says goodbye to everyone if he doesn't pop back on. But I can still see him. He's not on the screen. Thank you guys so much, Jordan, Danny, John, Joe. Stay safe. Be safe. Good being with you. Thanks for being good sports. Very good guessers this week. You guys were on your game. I love it. I'm gonna have to stump it. I'm gonna spend some time with the Hearts, and I'll keep them close.
Awesome.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Let's get it started.
I have no idea what happened. My computer just said, see you later.
Mine too, all day.
No, yeah, Joe. I told everyone that you said goodbye because I could see you in the stream, but it freaked out. But we're
okay. That was so weird.
We're gonna start the NKAirplay radio. You want to stick around? Or you got to bounce?
Here you go, Joe. It's all good. Love you.
Thank you. Maybe I'll jump back in, but have fun.
All right. Bye. Be safe.
Bye.
All right, here we go. All right, and we're live.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Donnie.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
You know, ask and you shall receive. Here we are.
We're so excited we can't even tell you. Thank you so much for giving us this time today. It seems like we were just on a Zoom on Thursday, and here we are with you today. So we couldn't be more thankful and grateful and excited, and we look forward to having a great time with you today.
This is long overdue, and I appreciate all you guys and what you do and your support of our music. And like all the blockheads, you know, obviously we appreciate you all. But I know you guys have been a great outlet for a lot of blockheads and a great way to get our music out there for a lot of them. So thank you, and I'm happy to do this.
Thank you. So for those of the fans who may not know, NKAirplay is a fan-run online radio station. We started back in 2009 because, quite frankly, we were tired of not being able to hear your music on terrestrial radio, even on satellite radio.
Yeah.
And there was no such thing as an instant gratification streaming service like Spotify in 2009. So we created a place for the Block Nation to listen to our favorite boys. And the mixtape tour kind of put a little fire under us and sparked us to get back into it. And so here we are today. And, you know, we do live shows every single day. And I have some of my great girls here with me. My name's Amanda, by the way.
Yeah.
We have Kathy and Katie as well. And we're all self-taught DJs on the station. And we're so happy to be here with you. We wanted to know if maybe you'd be willing to take a little trip down memory lane with us today.
I'm all yours. So whatever you guys want to do,
I
love the way that sounds.
Yeah, say that again.
I am all
Careful what you wish for.
Do with me what you will.
Oh, you shouldn't say that to us. We'll behave, we promise.
Well, we figured we'd do maybe like a little storytellers type of thing here, where maybe we can kind of go through the NKOTB catalog and pick a few songs, and maybe you'd be willing to tell us a little bit about them, give us some inside info maybe, and you know, maybe some cool stories behind them. So I don't know if that is something you're down with, but
I love it. Whatever you guys want to do. And before we start, excuse me. I talk at this computer a lot. It makes my throat very sore.
You know what you need, Donnie?
Yes.
Yes.
I need that. I need that if I want to force myself to stay in bed all day tomorrow, which I don't want to do. But I was going to say, I know you guys stopped NKAirplay radio for a while, but I'm glad you guys are back because we do need it.
Thank you very much.
We all need it. So I'm really glad you guys decided to come back and don't go away.
Thank you.
Don't go away again.
We don't plan on going anywhere. So, and hopefully we'll get some, some more influx of listeners thanks to you giving us this exposure. So we appreciate that so much.
And we absolutely love doing this. We have a Facebook community group. We have our social media. We are active every single day. We love our listeners. It's so much fun. Awesome. So we really appreciate you giving us this time.
Well, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Where do you girls want to start? You want to start with a little action from the block, maybe? One of these
Sounds great to
songs
me.
from the reunion album. How about we do a little full service? I think Jared even has a video for us.
Full service. All right, we're gonna get right into it.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Oh my God. Well, geez, full service is the way the song came about is pretty amazing. Obviously, it's from the Block album, which is such an emotional album for all of us. It's so important to us personally as a band and to you guys. I know it's the album that sort of brought us all back together. The full service song actually came about when we recorded Big Girl Now with Lady Gaga. So there's a whole story behind that, but maybe we can get to that after.
We have that queued up as well. So
well, we'll go with full service. So Gaga came in and sang Big Girl Now. And at the end of the recording session, in fact, let me go to Big Girl Now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Both songs are full service.
Absolutely.
They feed each other. So Big Girl Now started, we were working, I forget the name of the studio. I wish Joe was here because my brain's escaping me right now. But we recorded most of the album in LA, the Block album. And Big Girl Now, we were working with Red One. And Red One is a worldwide, one of the biggest producers in the world now.
Yeah,
but at the time, he was really only had a lot of success with Akon and a few dance records and stuff, and wasn't quite as well known. And when I met with him the first time, he played me Lady Gaga's unreleased album, and so I immediately fell in love with the album. Thank you, and fell in love with Gaga and all of her music and stuff. And so Red One and I hit it off. We started working together, and one of the first songs we did was Big Girl Now. And when we did it, I think Jordan and I were at the studio with Red One, and Jordan sat in on the writing session, which was really fun because a lot of the times it would be me staying out all night. Yeah.
There he is.
The studio sessions would consist of me staying up and out all night.
No.
You know, and I would meet Red One at like midnight, and we'd work till the sun came up. And Jordan happened to be in town that week, and so he sat in on the writing session, and we really wanted to do a song that didn't feel like the typical song that I would love. And that whole sort of opening of Big Girl Now musically was kind of like, had a tempo that wasn't really in my zone, but I said, I'm really going to commit to write this song. And so as we started to write, it became obvious that maybe we could do a duet song. I was like, why don't we'll call it Big Girl Now, and why don't we maybe have a girl tell her side of the story? It can serve as a message of like how when we were all young, we couldn't really, you know, we were a little older, you guys a little younger, you know, it didn't always make sense, but now we're older and we're actually more compatible, and we're all adults now. So it served as a message to the fans, but also a real life kind of story. So, so when we wrote it, we talked about getting Britney. I think Jordan demoed all the girl parts, and I did all the guy parts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jordan was like,
oh, that makes me so happy to know that.
yeah, Jordan did all Gaga. But
wait, is there video of this anywhere?
Yeah, that we need.
Right?
I'm not sure.
I was going to say, we need this demo.
Right?
I'm not sure if there's video of this session, but I'll get you guys some audio.
That would be awesome.
NKAirplay exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes!
So, we wrote the song, and we talked about, you know, maybe Britney can do the girl part, or maybe this female, or maybe Kesha. You know, we were throwing all these names around, and we decided the best thing to do is to get a female vocalist to come in and demo the parts.
Sure.
So Red One asked Gaga to come in, and so when she came into the session, immediately she overpowered the song. Like, we knew there would be no female vocalist out there that could match what she was putting on the record, and we just decided right there, like, why don't we let's leave it as Gaga.
Yeah.
And so halfway through the demo session, we just committed to her doing the song, and she obviously killed it. And when she finished, you know, I know we did the brackets of the New Kids songs. Big Girl Now is probably one of my go-tos. I didn't like vote for a lot of the collaborations in the bracket because I wanted to sort of honor New Kids. But in truth, Big Girl Now, Full Service, 80s Baby, and, you know, all those big collaborations are usually the records that I gravitate towards the most because, you know, I love working with other artists. And So when we finish the song, that can take us to full service. Ironically, one thing going back to that very first session, I sang my vocals on the chorus in that first writing session. When we would write the song, so I had my laptop in front of me, and the way Red One works is he'll put up his laptop and we'll start doing the music. We'll say, let's make the beat like this and do this. And he'll say, okay, and he'll start doing it all in his computer. And he'll say, okay, what do you want to do here? And I'll sing the parts at the computer. So literally, he would make the music and I would listen to it and write the lyrics and melodies, but I would write the words on my BlackBerry. And then he'd say, oh, you ready to sing?
Dating ourselves here now.
Yeah. And I go, okay, I'm ready. And so I'd say, where's the mic? He'd say, no, just sing right here. Or he'd put up a mic next to the computer and I would sing like we did on the house party song, which you saw, everybody singing at their computers.
Which was spectacular.
We would do the same thing. So
Yes.
I literally sang, you know, I like the way you move it. I sang it right there and put it in the computer, and that was the vocal. I never re-sang the vocal. That first writing session.
Wow.
Was
One and done. One and done.
Yeah, used on the record.
Nice.
So cut to during the session with Lady Gaga singing Big Girl Now, which was epic. I mean, when her and Jordan trade ad-libs at the end.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was like, oh my God, like this is the greatest song. It was so amazing. And Gaga was like, unbelievable. Like we've all seen her since then, but to see her in the studio, it was unbelievable.
Did you have any inkling that she would become what she is now? Just curious.
Yeah, I think in our own ways we all did. I remember Joey bumped into Red One in California at, I think it's called 3rd Street Promenade. And he was like, hey, that girl Gaga that he keeps playing her demos, like she was with him. And he was like, she's going to be a star just off the way she was dressed at the 3rd Street Promenade. And obviously I loved her records before they even came out, which leads to some other stories that I'll try to incorporate into full service. So anyway, at the end of the Big Girl Now recording session, Gaga was like really pumped. We were talking and sharing stories, and we made an agreement right there. It was myself, Red One, and her. And we decided that, you know, she's going to open for us on tour. Now, we didn't have any clearance to do that. We hadn't really cleared it with anyone. In our, you know, her record company was Universal, but it wasn't Interscope. So, you know, we had to figure that out. But Red One and I had talked about it before as well. I think one of the reasons he was excited to work with us, was because we had such a great chemistry right away.
Sure.
And I guessed that he was from Morocco. Like no one would ever guess he was from Morocco, but I spent so much time in Morocco shooting a movie before that I have such an affinity for it. And he was from there. So we had so many connections. But I think his other reason was he was so supporting Gaga so much. And he was really hoping that it could lead to her coming on tour with us.
Right.
Which it did. But
and she was amazing. Oh, you owe me a beer, Kath.
She was great. And you guys can chime in anytime. I don't want to. But at the end of the recording session for Big Girl Now, she's, you know, I said, we should do more stuff together. And she was like, I would love to write together with you. I said, great. I said, Red One, when is a good time for you to do this? He was like, tomorrow. And so I was like, can you come back tomorrow? She was like, yep. So the next night we went back we were at Henson Studio, which is the famous Jim Henson studio in Hollywood. So it was myself and Gaga and Red One sitting at the mixing console with the laptop, just like this.
Yeah.
And we just started talking about songs we liked and songs that we were fans of. And one of the songs we talked about was, I don't think you would hear this in full service, but The Boy Is Mine. By
Brandy and Monica. Yes, great tune.
Yeah, Gaga and I were throwing that song around, and suddenly Red One started, you know, just feeling inspired by that idea and just started putting the beat together. And we just started throwing ideas around. And Gaga originally, and I probably regret this now, it wasn't a plan, but she was the one that immediately came up with. So the idea was her and I would write the song together, and we didn't know what we would do.
Right.
But she immediately came up with, you don't gotta be nervous. I'm gonna give you that.
Oh.
So on the
That's
original,
my favorite part of the song.
Yeah, on the original demo, that was Lady Gaga. And her and I were bouncing ideas and melodies back together, back and forth. And
There it is.
yeah, I threw out the idea. I don't know where Full Service. I don't know if she sang the lyrics of Full Service, but I think I started writing ideas about a car breaking down, right? And so it's like, but it could be metaphors for other things.
Yes.
Yeah, we got it.
So
we connected those dots.
So I started writing that.
We made that metaphor quite a lot.
I started writing. I see you. I see you pulling up in your car or whatever. Lift the hood and look up under from the front end to the bumper. So it's like a car. So there's actually an audio. Again, I don't have it here because my computer with all these things is in my apartment in New Jersey, where I stay with Blue Blood.
Oh,
Can't really get it.
I live in New Jersey. I can run over for you.
Go over and get it.
Let me
There
just.
was Red One used to do this thing where he would secretly record us when we were talking in the booth. So he recorded Gaga and I talking, and I have the audio, and I'll get it for you guys so you can hear it, or I'll save it for a re-release of the block. But it's funny because we decided when we were going into the second verse, which became New Edition's verse, I told Gaga, I said, we can't stick to this cars because we can't write a whole song about cars. We got to get on a different topic. And she was like, okay, where do you want to go with it? I was like, why don't we go to I see you pulling on up to the bar. There's something on your mind. Like you've been sitting around the whole night, just sitting there sipping your wine. And so we went there. And Red One recorded us talking about how we would have been here all night if we tried to keep coming up with gas stations, metaphors. And we didn't use that soundbite on the album, but I have it saved in a version of Full Service. But like at the end of the Block album, Elijah and I are talking, and that was Red One secretly recording me and Elijah. So
and that's so sweet.
You just press record in case someone called on the phone, and so I have tons of these things saved. Like with New Edition on Full Service, I have Ralph Van talking at the beginning of the song. I have Gaga and I talking. But in any event, when we were sitting there, I realized, this could be the song because I told them, me and the New Kids had always been talking about doing a duet with New Edition. And as the song started to take shape, as I was sitting there with Red One and Gaga, I decided, maybe this can be the duet song. And New Kids can do the gas station verse, New Edition can do the bar verse, and we can trade off all these parts. And Gaga was like, that'd be brilliant. That'd be amazing. So I text my dear friend Johnny Gill and said, where are you right now? He said, I'm in LA. I'm at the airport. I just got in Las Vegas. And I said, I wrote a song that I think could be the New Kids New Edition duet. Would you be able to come to the studio anytime soon and record the demo? He said, I'm on my way right now.
Wow, amazing.
From his airplane.
You got it like that, D-Dub.
I don't know. I don't think of it as I got it like that. I think of as I got some really good friends.
Yeah.
In that spirit that Johnny Gill showed that day and that Gaga showed, it's the same spirit that I find now with Big Frida and with Boyz II Men and all the people that in Naughty and all the people that took part in, the house party song. So Johnny came right in, he sang the demo, and
love it.
All we had to do from that point on was wait till we could get New Edition in. And of course, that's in the New Kids Behind the Music on VH1. And,
right.
I think Ralph says the line that we were going to use at the top of the song, which is, how big is this? New Kids, New Edition. And so, of course, the song, I do have the demo, not now, but I do have it for a later show, actually, of New Kids, of me and Gaga and Johnny Gill singing the entire song.
Oh my God, we need to hear that.
Yeah, so when we do maybe a reissue of the block, we'll probably be part of it. But it's literally the three of us singing the entire song together.
That is fantastic. Oh my
So
goodness.
me doing all the New Kids. It's Gaga doing You Don't Gotta Be Nervous, and Johnny Gill doing all the New Edition.
To be a fly on that wall would have been amazing. So yeah, if you would put that on a reboot, that would be so cool to give the fans like a little sneak peek as to what really goes on behind the scenes. And I think it's kind of cool to know that he was, kind of just on the sly recording your conversations and stuff like that, just to see what would come of it,
Yeah.
And look what he was able to capture.
Yeah, that whole period, you know, a lot of people, you know, when we talk about the relationship that I personally have with so many of the fans, a lot of people don't know, you know, during that recording time, I was going through a divorce, and it really, getting back in the studio really was a savior for me, you know. It helped me so much to, sorry, I get a little emotional, but really to deal with what I was going through and being able to write songs. You know, not all of them were about that, but 2 in the Morning, for example, is a very personal story. A lot of those lyrics are very personal to me and very much about, you know, the struggle I was going through. And, you know, so because I had been going through such a time, when we actually got together and went on tour and started doing meet and greets, there were so many times a fan would come in and say, you know, I needed this so bad. I've been going through a divorce, and I've been going through this, and I was in a similar emotional space. And so many of the fans that were like, thank God I needed this again. I realized, not financially, not for any other reason, I needed it too. I needed it creatively. I needed it spiritually. And so all those meet and greets became the foundation for me of this incredible relationship that transcends all of the financial and success aspects of it. It became about this relationship where I was exactly in the same emotional space as so many of the blockheads who were coming back into my life and in our lives. I'm speaking for myself right now. That it built this bond that exists to this day for me, where I just feel this such a deep relationship with so many fans, and it's, you know, the Block album is really the root of that. You know, I was really, those late night recording sessions, you know, Joey would always say like, man, you just keep going and going and going. I needed music. I realized, you know, acting wasn't enough of an outlet for me creatively to deal with the emotional stuff that I was going through. Music was the right thing for me at that time in my life. Coming Home, very personal lyrics in that song. Like Jordan, Joey, and I wrote it together. A lot of the lyrics, you know, I really sort of guided a lot of the lyrical content into a very personal direction. And I had to be careful because I couldn't just like say all these New Kids songs are going to be about my life. You know, it wasn't that. But
yeah, but there's a reason we call you the captain, because you totally speak for all of us. You really get us in a way that we can't even explain. It's so cool.
Yeah,
well,
it's
you
true.
know, yeah, there's a great irony. It's we need to party and celebrate together, right? And we need to go down memory lane. So we have songs
really
like Summertime. Songs like Summertime is good. Let's go down memory lane and relive our journey. And you know, some songs are let's just have a party, like, you know, one song and all these different songs. Let's have a grand old time. But some songs really are about personal struggle. And when we put the whole album together, it really matched a lot of the sensibilities of our fans. You know, we did it from a truthful place, but it really
they are.
Wow.
It really matched where a lot of you guys were. You wanted to have fun, you wanted to reminisce, but you also been through a lot of really tough shit in your lives, and this album sort of encapsulated all of that for so many of us.
Yeah. Yeah, and really created this very reciprocal relationship. We were kind of talking about that a little bit on the Zoom, how, you know, there's really nothing like the relationship between the Blockheads and you five guys, and you especially, because it is reciprocal. You know, I could be a fan of Bon Jovi, but he didn't Zoom with me on Thursday, you know, like
no. True story.
And so that's what makes it, I think, so unique and so amazing. And I agree with you. I think creativity can be so cathartic. So I think, you know, what you're saying about kind of pouring yourself into that album, you know, and realizing that we all, now that there wasn't such an age gap between us, now that, you know, we weren't little children and you were, you know, grown men, we're all adults now. We've all had the same point of view, frame of reference, life experience, and, you know, we could kind of all come together and commiserate about that through music.
That album is so special on so many levels, and that puppy right there, Coming Home too. But that Block album, it meant so much.
And music is a powerful thing. All the fun.
Please. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Are you there, Katie?
I always cut Katie off.
I was saying music is a very powerful thing, all the way from the creation of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna delay. I'm sorry.
All right. Every time you talk, I interrupt you. So if you hear me talk while you're talking, don't stop talking.
Sorry.
That's good to know. Thanks.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I was gonna say music is a very powerful thing, from the creation of it to the performance of it to the audience of it. There's all these aspects of it, and it affects everybody in a different way.
Totally. I can just tell you, the best thing about music, and specifically new kids and our fans in this journey, is I really love, and I'm sure Joey can speak to this too, if you guys do it with Joey one time, the way that a song starts in the studio and there's incredible high. It's like a literally high. You know, I don't do drugs, but man, when I'm in the studio and being creative, I am so high. I could go for 50 hours without stopping. And I would literally stay in the studio all night, drive home listening to the demo, pick up my son, drive my son to school without sleeping, go back to the house, and I'd say, okay, I'm gonna sleep for a few hours. And I couldn't even sleep. I would just lay there and be like, okay, I wanna go back to the studio right now. Excuse me.
That's
and
love.
That then goes from there to getting a song ready for the tour. You know, it's the same exact thing, that high. When I'm creating an idea, like I'm already getting ideas for whatever our next tour is, whenever it is. I already know how the show's gonna open. I already know it's already been born in this quarantine, and it's gonna be freaking crazy. And I know it's right when I'm driving in my car listening to the creative ideas that I'm already have people laying the things together and doing things. And I start getting the chills. It's the process of I think of it, I listen to it, ideas start coming, and then I say, okay, let me imagine the blockheads' faces when the reveal happens. And immediately in that drive, I start crying. And I'm like, all right, that's gonna happen. So I write it in my phone and make sure it's like that's in the sequence of what we're gonna do. And that's the same high. I could live off that high forever. It's so amazing. And then to do it in concert is the next high. When you guys respond well to it and you guys react to it successfully, it's just, there's no feeling like that. And then to look back from inception to full circle, having performed it in a tour, it's the most exhilarating thing in the world.
It's amazing to me, Donnie, how much stuff you actually think about when you put a tour together. And I remember one of your lives when you were actually getting your BH Love tattoo, and you would move the lighting, and you had made a joke about how you move the lighting on stage so it hits Joe's face in just the right way so we see his eyes beautifully. And I never realized until that moment all the little details that you have to think of. And it's truly the coolest thing, because you think of us when you do that and how we're going to react. And that, man, don't get me started. I'll start crying.
Well, you know, of course, it's my job. And let me just let you know, it's a lot easier when you have guys that you work with that are so great. Like, to know, like, hey, Jordan, here's what I'm thinking about for this song. And he's like, great. And it's like, literally, I could say, Jordan, we're gonna have a chain, you know, gonna pull you into the sky, and you're gonna float around and sing "I'll Be Loving You" with a blindfold on. Can you do it? He's like,
sure,
yeah, I can do it.
Sign me up. Yeah.
And Joey's the ultimate showman too. You know, he can show up and say, you know, he'll say, I have a great idea for this, or I want to do a duet with Debbie. You know, and it's like, okay, how do I bring that to life in a way that they'll be happy with it? And then it's kind of it just set up the basic structure. Here's where it would flow nicely in the show. Here's what, you know, we need to reveal Debbie in a new way at this section so we can lift her up with a piano. And what would you like to do from there, Joe? And, you know, and he's like, I got you. And then he just sort of goes with it. And, you know, he'll take it over from there, and all I got to do is watch.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes it so much easier. And even Danny and John, they'll just come up with an idea. You know, they'll just say, what about this? And we're like, oh yeah, you know, and it's always adding. So I can lay a foundation of what a show could look like, which is based on the history of the group. You know, we know what what our choreography is. We know a lot of that stuff. But then it's, you know,
Speaking of history, not to
Yeah.
interrupt, but I'm interrupting.
If I'm going to talk too much, go ahead.
I was just going to say, can we get back to the music and stories about music and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, we love hearing you talk about the tour, but the stories behind songs that we don't know is really what gets us going. We love hearing stuff we've never heard before.
Please.
So I'm going to do my pick, which actually happens to be Fighting Gravity. I know it's kind of an underdog, but it's one of my favorites, actually.
There it is.
Not an underdog for me. I love this song.
I love this song too.
Wow.
There you guys are.
So, to tell the story of this song,
I don't want this night to be over.
you kind of have to tell the whole story of the 10 album, you know?
Oh, we're okay with that.
Yeah.
So, the 10 album, you know, you can't tell that story without Amy telling the story of Amy Netto, who's a lifelong blockhead, who grew up in New Hampshire and was actually involved in us getting signed to Interscope. When we recorded Click, Click, Click in the song Coming Home, we sent them to a friend who sent them to Amy, who was working at Universal. Now, Amy's a legit blockhead, like used to hang out at my house, used to come around and, you know, I'd see her in LA and I was like, what are you doing here? She's like, I moved to LA. I'm going to follow you into the music business. And I was like, all right. And here she was all these years later. So she had a hand in us getting our deal at Interscope, but that really came more from my relationship with Jimmy Iovine, having signed Marky Mark to Interscope Records all those years ago. But Amy sort of stayed around and kept connected. And when we were going to do, I think we were starting to talk about doing a new album. She started saying, can I, you know, find songs for you guys? And I was like, great, because she has tremendous relationships with so many songwriters. And she sent me Remix.
Great song.
And I don't remember where I was, but I was shooting a movie or a pilot. I don't know where I was. I was in a hotel somewhere and I heard
I don't know.
Whoa. I was like, this is awesome. And I immediately wanted to do that song, which led to myself meeting with Lars and the guys from DK Music. So those guys are responsible for Crash and Remix and
there you guys are.
The Whisper and the Christmas song Unwrap You. And,
yes.
House Party. Lars actually co-wrote all the KG songs with me, The Way, 80s Baby, and and Boys in the Band. So Lars is like my brother. Like, he just works the same way I do. He's relentless and tireless and a perfectionist, and he really has helped me to become a better singer. You know, I don't really think I was a singer till I met him, and I went in to sing Remix for the first time.
That's fantastic. Isn't that amazing when you find like such a connection with somebody like that?
Yeah, and he really drives us, you know, to be our best. And so I did Remix and did a song Fighting Gravity. And as that album went along, Joey did a lot of contributing with Block Party and I forgot, Let's Go Out with a Bang, you know, and then Back to Life and Now or Never. So he was writing, Joey was sort of writing, but always dropping in on these song sessions. And I was sort of supervising everything with Lars. So what happened during that time is I probably heard Fighting Gravity as a song we could do, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that. But as we kept recording with Lars and we did Survive You, like Lars pushed me so hard vocally on Remix that I suddenly felt confident enough to sing one of the bigger parts on, Wasted on You.
Oh, yeah. Now, wait, you said you felt confident enough to sing? I don't think of you as somebody who lacks confidence.
It's different because a lot of times I might just defer or sing certain parts that are specific for me, right? And Remix was kind of perfect for my voice, yeah? So each next song, though, I got more and more confident. So Survive You, I heard Survive You where I might have heard that and go, all right, leave that for Joey and Jordan. I was like, wait a minute. I can actually sing part of that too because I'm really in my zone singing now. And we were at Raphael Sadiq's studio. I don't know if you guys know Raphael Sadiq from Tony, but
yes,
he's an old friend of mine. And we were at his studio recording this album, and he would drop in and go, damn, dude, you sound good. Now he's like, when my confidence started building in each next song, I would try more and more, and that led to Fighting Gravity and actually Killer. I wasn't
great song too.
one of those two songs, but Fighting Gravity, you know, I just said, you know what, Lars, let me give it a try. Let me give it a try and see how it sounds, and if not, you know, maybe Jordan can do it or Joey or whatever. But as I said, Joey was really focusing in on getting the other songs ready. So a lot of these creative sessions, you know, he wouldn't be there because he was in his own creative zone. But I just decided to try it. And Jordan obviously sings so beautifully on it. But it really became one of those, in some ways, that old sort of New Kids formula on some of the tempo songs, which is Right Stuff. And What You're Gonna Do About It was a Donnie and Jordan vocal trade-off.
Right.
You know, and that's one of those songs where it's very much that Donnie and Jordan formula. A lot of later New Kid stuff, we really incorporated Joey a lot more, which is certainly to the betterment of a lot of the songs. You know, it became that trio of lead vocals with Donnie and Joey and Jordan, right? But now this one became sort of that throwback in some ways. It was a Donnie and Jordan thing, and I know it's like might sound weird to people for me to say I don't think I was really a singer until that album, but I sang and wrote a ton on the Block album. I mean, I think I wrote a good chunk of 80% of the songs on the album, and I'm working with superstars on every single song. That said, this was another level, and I used my acting skills, I think, in a lot of ways on the 10 album to help me. And Joey actually used to say that when we did Twisted on the Block. He said, I'm going to go in and act. I'm just acting this performance. Like, I have a vision of what this song is, and I'm going to play that performance. And interestingly for me, that probably came from his Broadway experience, and I'd never thought of music that way.
Yeah.
But on 10, I now was trying different things with my voice and had been acting a lot lately. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to do that too. I'm going to take that tip from Joey and not act so much. It's different than what Joey does. Joey really is a sort of a Broadway sort of stage mentality. He went, I just went more from the place of, I'm going to act with my voice. I'm going to try. I could, you know, every song became, let me try and find the pocket in my voice where I can sing. So I sing very soft and delicate sometimes. You know, I sing very strong and, you know, belt out sometimes. So I really started to use my voice more as an instrument and not just sort of an instrument for swag. I used it as an instrument for emotion and for, you know, for different colors and dynamics. I think really for the first time in my career, I had full ownership of my voice and really executed the best. And I owe a lot of that to Lars, and is no better example of it than on Fighting Gravity.
And do you still use that theater technique when you're recording songs now?
If it's needed, for sure. Yeah. There's different times where it's needed. Like Lars and I have a lot of inside jokes. So when we need a yelling part, like on House Party, the song goes house party, and then there's a yell, house party, the kid it started, right? So the yell part, we have a lingo, and he'll say something like, we call it the beer stuben. I guess that's in Germany or in Denmark where it's like a beer party, like everyone's drunk and going,
oh yeah,
or about beer, I don't know. But he said, we need it to sound more like a beer stuben. I was like, oh, okay.
Got it.
Now it's a thing. We'll say, I'll say to him, like, you want us to do this part beer stuben? He's like, yes, let's go beer stuben.
Oh, that's great.
And then another thing is Love Fuel. So on Remix, I was having trouble getting that line out on the bridge.
Give me the V2, some of that love fuel.
Give me the V2, some of that love fuel, right? So I'm not going to sing it out right now, but he wanted me to push harder on that song than I pushed throughout the whole song, and I was really extending my voice on that song. And so now the inside joke is love fuel. So if he needs me to sing a part out strong, he'll go,
give me a love fuel.
You're holding back. Give me that love fuel. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'll take 5 minutes, 10 minutes to find it. And it's also something, you know, I learned from not just Joey, but Jordan. Like Jordan, a lot of times, he'll be in there and we'll say, hey, try this. And, you know, if like recording Summertime, I might say, hey, Jordan, can you do this on this part instead? And, you know, he'll stop and think, you know, and consider it, and he'll try it and explore
I
it.
can almost picture it.
Yeah, I never did that though. As a singer, I really didn't do that a lot. It's weird because I produced records. I mean, I produced Marky Mark and #1 record. I mean, I've produced all these records, but myself, as the artist in the booth, I never really had that same level of not just comfort, but beyond comfort. When you're comfortable and relaxed, then you can go to another level and tap into next levels of your brain and your heart and all this stuff. And that's, I think, what I got in this album. And Lars was a big part of that. And you know, and it helped me to connect with Joey and Jordan and say, oh, that's what, after all these years, that's what
That's how they do it.
Twirling his hair. About how he doesn't just do the line, he thinks about it and finds it and makes it authentic, you know. And so those guys
these years later
help me become better. And when they say, wow, you did a great job on that record, it's like there's no better compliment than, you know, when the guys give me a compliment. You know, like we played at the Staples Center on the reunion tour, and Toni Braxton walked in and she said, that line you did on Single.
Oh my God.
I was like, really? She was like, that was dope. I was like, thank you.
Wow.
That means a lot. But when Joey and Jordan say it, it means the most. Because you know, we've come up together. Like they're my first peers. You know, they're the peers who I you know, eat, sleep, and drink with.
Look at them.
Oh, look at you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Jared, thank you for posting that one. And there you are.
My only regret on that album, my only regret on that 10 album is Joey said when we first started, when he first came up with Block Party, he had written a rap on it. He was like, maybe you can do a rap. I said, yeah, I'll make something up. And I went in to do the rap, and I made a joke with the first line of the rap. It's actually the second line on the record, but I made a joke saying, I thought I told you I quit rapping. Yeah. And I immediately said, but now you woke me up from napping. And I went line by line, just rhyming with rap. I told you I quit rapping.
Yeah.
And it was sort of a joke to Joey, like, why are you asking me to do this rap? Like, I don't want to do a rap. I kind of made a thing, like on the 10 album, I became a singer, and I don't want to really rap that much anymore. I wanted to focus on singing. And Joey brought me out of rap retirement, which is now, thank God, because
oh yeah,
Boys in the Band and all these other songs where
I think Boys in the Band became the new iconic rap. That was just freaking amazing.
Yeah. How did you? Can we segue into Boys in the Band?
You can hear them going crazy.
That is so. You guys, as older gentlemen, or you know, gilfs, as I like to say, you guys looked so funny, but so awesome, and like the fact that you just kind of put it all out there in that video was so great. Yeah. Especially for the guys who aren't necessarily actors, you know, like Joey was into it with his walker and his afro, and you know what you're doing, but then you have like Jonathan, who's maybe a little more subdued.
Yeah. I called the guy. I mean, the video came about. I think I didn't know what we were gonna do, but I remember me and Joey were on the phone and we were talking about like doing like a throwback kind of video. Don't remember what the conversation was. It was something like that, like a classroom or something weird, like an 80s video. And I was like, let me write something up and I'll send it to you. And I wrote the treatment, and as it was evolving, I started coming up with ideas of like, we'll tribute other boy bands, and we'll pour like I was thinking about Take That, and I was like, that'd be so funny if it was Joey imitating Take That and someone was holding a thing. So like I started writing these specific ideas, but the original idea came from me and Joey having this really great creative conversation about having fun with it. I think it's one of the great things we've tapped into later in our career is having more fun with it. So House Party is super fun, and Boys in the Band is super fun, and the more fun we have, even the tours, like when we did the Storyteller on the total package tour.
Mm-hmm.
It became really fun. Like in rehearsals, like I had it all planned out. That whole storyteller part, I had it planned out. The guys walked in the door and I said, here, let me show you what I have in mind. And as soon as they stepped into it, it was like they start rocking back and forth on the Christmas song and they start doing this. And they start adding all the fun. And the fun is what's really, I think, really taking us to another height.
So we do a watch party every Sunday night with NKAirplay Radio and our fans, and we just watched the Total Package tour last Sunday, and we were remarking how out of all the shows that I've seen you guys do, and it is quite a few, back in the day, and you know, in the V2, so to speak, that was my favorite part of any show that you guys have ever done. That little like chronological storytelling, it was so fun. And when we were watching it in the watch party, the chat was going crazy and all the girls were like, oh my, like to see you guys go back and really revisit the debut album, to see you do, you know, the Christmas album and stuff like that. It for us, what a treat.
Yeah, that was a conscious choice. Not the fun part that the guys added, as I said. That just is the guys being the guys, right? But the conscious decision was, we tested out a storyteller on the cruise. It went really good, and I was like, good, now I got to figure out how to do this in an arena. So I figured out that. But I definitely made a conscious choice that we have to bring the cruise spirit to the arenas. You know, obviously we're not going to do the cruise in an arena. It's too crazy. But if you notice our last few tours, they're much more loose and free, and we're more in the audience, and we're more crazy, and there's crowd surfing, you know, like in Block Party, you know, it's like, why don't we crowd surf in arenas? We do it on the thing. Of course, we have to be safer in an arena. It's different, you know, people aren't as bunched up, but let's bring those elements into the arenas. So that was a big part of it. But Boys in the Band, since that's where we started. That was, again, I went in, I had long talked about working with KG from Naughty by Nature. The
Jersey Boy.
Most underrated producer in music history. I mean, his catalog is so prolific. But him and I would always meet. His studio is literally 1 mile from my apartment door in New Jersey. 1 mile. We literally can walk. We meet in the middle for Thai food sometimes. If you're from Jersey, you might can figure it out. But I went in and he just started playing me tracks, and we'd done it before. He played me songs, and I'd be like, okay. But this time I went in, and the first track he played me was actually 8. He played me like 20 tracks, and he played me Boys in the Band, and I said, I love that. Play me more. And he played me a few more, and he played 80s Baby, what became 80s Baby. It was just the music. And I was like, oh shit, I got an idea. Turn on the microphone. And I just started singing 80s Baby, like on the spot. Wrote the song on the spot. I was like, I got my Jenny microphone. I was like, I'm hearing something like, you know that song, Single Life? I'm living the single. I said, I want it to be like 80s. I want that throwback 80s R&B feel. And I literally, I think I went in and said, bamboo earrings in your ear, girl.
Yeah.
And hair, girl. So I started making it up on the fly. And then one thing led to another, and Marcella Precise came in to help work on the Salt and Pepper rap.
Yeah.
And of course, the goal was immediately, let's get the whole mixtape tour on this record. And that took a while. But in the interim, while we waited for the other artists to get their parts done, I went back to the Boys in the Band track. And KG was like, man, I did this for like Little Yachty. And I was like, I know, but it just sounds like it could be a muted song. And basically it started with, I was sitting there listening to it. It was Lars, KG, me, and Marcella Precise sitting there. And I just was like, remember that song, We Like the Cause? The Cause that goes.
Go boom, yeah.
Wow.
I'm hearing something like, we like the boys in the band. And I was like, and I was literally going to say like, we like the boys with the jewels, the cars and the tools. And so I didn't know where I was going to go with it. But I went in with Lars to sing we started singing the melody of the boys in the band, right? But we were just going the da 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 da. And I kept saying, well, I'm talking about the boys in the thing. I said, how about we just go the boys in the band? And we were like, the boys in the band. I was like,
I like it.
I said, I can write this about new kids. I can write about this. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to write about boy bands, period. This song's going to be about boy bands. And I'm going to tribute every boy band I can think of. And that's where I went.
And man, did you.
Yeah.
That rap is something.
We played old farts in the video.
Yes. Fantastic.
I wanted to introduce us as the old farts on the block. But, you know.
Now, how
nice.
Can I ask you a question? And so you had a lot of cameos in that video, and it was so much fun to watch. So tell me, though, what is it like when you have Debbie, you have Lance Bass. What is it like when you see, like, Griffin, Joey's son, and he is doing his thing and doing his little dance moves and stuff like that? Is that like a mind blower for you guys? Like, oh my gosh, there's one of our children now in our video, and like, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's hard to. I don't know that I went there with it. Because I was so focused on the creative of the video. Like, I literally dragged in the Blue Bloods hairstylist. And I called him. I knew we needed the old people outfits, but that was like 3 days before. I was like, hey, we're going to open the video dressed as old people. I had that idea a couple days before the video shoot.
Oh, wow.
Like, we're going to come in as old guys. And so I called my hairstylist from Blue Bloods, said, I need a bunch of wigs and mustaches, everything gray. And then the night before the video, I knew we were going to do the tuxedos and the throwback. I said, but we got to have old hair. I said, we need to look like the Osmonds. Can you get a bunch of 70s looking wigs and sideburns and things? And they were like, all right. So Griffin, I think, came about through, again, I don't remember if Joey mentioned something, but I think we were talking about the kids would start partying at the end of the video.
Yeah.
And I think we were just like, let's get Griffin to do a dance. Like, let's let Griffin do his thing. And now, again, it's one of those things where I just want to make sure we get the video done. If we're not done in 12 hours, it's going to cost like $20,000 every hour we go overtime.
Right. Wow.
I had 100 blockheads in the hallway who did a piece that didn't make the video. All the people who got mad at them for being in the video and yelled at them on social media, they ended up not being in the video. But nonetheless, Griffin, I think it just came about by him just really, I don't remember the exact conversation, how it happened. I might have called Joey and said, hey, let's let Griffin be like the student.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But
it was darling.
Of course. But what was great is it's not really a question of, oh my God, it's full circle, that's someone's son. It's like, it's just being alive and in the moment. We were also in the moment, you know, and being so energized and having such a good time together that Griffin just sort of popped off the screen, and it was like, why don't he just do a solo? Because I think we're going to have the whole class kind of do some kind of choreographed dance. I think 5 of the kids did a choreographed dance where we were supposed to leave the classroom and now there would be a new band formed.
Oh, I got it.
5 kids, one was going to be a girl, and I think Sonny, our choreographer, actually choreographed a routine for them. But as time was getting later, we didn't really have the time. And I was like, you know what? Griffin is so money. Let's just have Griffin do a dance solo. And he just did it. So I didn't look at it as, oh my God, it's one of the guy's sons. This is such a trip. I was like, thank God Griffin can dance his ass off and save the day, because we went overtime and lost a ton of money. And it was So I looked at Griffin as a peer in that moment. I didn't look at him as, I was like, we need this performer, this actor, this dancer to step up and deliver in the clutch.
Yeah.
And he did.
That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. This has been so much fun. We could probably talk to you forever and ever, Donnie. And
well, I know you had more songs, so I would say this.
Yeah.
Why don't we just schedule part 2?
Sounds
I think
good.
we can make that happen.
I feel like I don't have anywhere to go. You know, in the foreseeable future. So I'm sure we can make that happen. And you know, I just want to say quickly that we appreciate your time and we appreciate you sharing your information, your stories and stuff like that, because I know I'm not the only one who wants to hear it. And hopefully, there were some people who stayed on the stream and, got to take a trip down memory lane with all of us, and how cool of you to do so. So I just wanted to thank you personally, and also just quick plug that we are doing a watch party tonight on NKAirplay Radio.
Yeah, go there. Go to NKAirplay Radio, guys.
7 o'clock tonight, we are watching the NKOTB Fenway concert. So check us out on Instagram and Twitter at NKAirplay Radio for the link, and check us out, period, because we have live shows every single day. We have a fantastic Facebook community, and the guys always say, like, without us there would be no them. Well, that's the same thing for NKAirplay Radio. We do it for you guys, so check us out.
We thank you, and on behalf of the guys, and hopefully the whole Blockhead and Block Nation community, like, we encourage you guys, like, to do this stuff. We want you to, like, the fact that you put this into your own hands and said, you know what, they're not playing New Kids on the radio, we're going to play New Kids on our radio. Like, that's what it's all about, like self-empowerment and owning your power. It's like the story of me owning my voice in the studio after all these years. It's never too late to take control of your power. And you guys doing this, it's awesome. And like,
thank you.
I encourage it. It inspires me. It's like, it's really wonderful. And I'm glad you guys are doing it. I hope everyone checks you guys out. And hopefully you guys are inspiring other blockheads to do things that they want to do, to try to help, make themselves feel uplifted and uplift the community in their own ways. But lastly, when we were talking earlier, I was going to say one thing. I can't see that.
We can't see what it says, Katie.
Oh, tech problems. Oh, we love you, Katie.
We love you.
I got knocked out of the other screen twice for a long time earlier. I was just going to say to you guys and to all the blockheads out there, like, I've said this before and I mean it. Like, you one of you guys had said earlier about, like, you appreciate that. I think so much thought goes into all this stuff and all the details and stuff. It does. And Jared is like my right hand in all this, and I'm his right hand in a lot of this stuff. So thank you to Jared. He's always
thank you.
He's always my other sounding board, besides the guys. Like, we're already strategizing for 2021 and beyond, and we actually have been for about 9 months. But not one day goes by in my life, not one, that I don't think about Blockhead. It's impossible. It's like you're always right here, but you're always right here. It's like I don't know if I'm on a tropical island on a family vacation. The thought will come in my head, damn, I haven't tweeted in a couple of days. Shit, I hope everyone's doing okay. I can't wait. Like, there is not, since this reunion started in 2008, there has not been a day. Not one day, not in the worst situation, in the best, it doesn't matter. I think of you guys every single day, like my, I don't want to say like my children in a condescending way, but like my family. Like, I think of you guys that much, and I can't imagine my life not doing this and not with you guys in some way. And I can't. I've said this in a few Zooms, but people always ask, like, are you an actor or a musician first? What do you like better, performing on stage or on TV and movies? And it's like, I always said both, but it's not. I love acting, don't get me wrong. I love it with a passion. So if I love it this much, imagine how much I must love doing things with you guys to love it that much more.
Yeah.
This is where I belong. This is where my heart really is. It's making music and performing for you guys and making music for you guys. And, and I've learned through the relationship that making music for me is really making music for you. There's no, that moment in Purple Rain where the club owner says to Prince, man, you don't sing it for yourself. You need to sing for everyone else. I know now that writing songs from here, it's going to connect with you guys no matter what. It doesn't matter because we are so interconnected.
Yep.
You know, so if the song is inspired by my struggle, it's going to resonate because so many of you had similar struggles. If it's my want to celebrate life and our connection and our relationship that we share with each other, it's going to connect because you're in the same relationship. It's all so magical, and it's just such a part of my life. I don't know. I can't imagine a day in my life without you guys. So I thank you.
Well, we hope you never have to.
You never do. No, never do. And I can't wait to do this again.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
The other new kids might want to jump in, but
that would be amazing. And can we just say thank you to Jared too for helping us out? And please,
You're welcome.
please
Good job,
thank
guys.
Tara.
Thank you.
She's amazing.
She rocks.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
So we'll schedule another one. We'll definitely schedule a New Kids Stream. Thanks for everyone for joining in. Safe at home. Be safe. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Thank you guys. Great job.
Bye.
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 I've been away too long without you, trying to leave it all behind. But every moment I dream about you, I lose my mind. My love, I don't wanna face another morning. I can make it through another night if I could only find a way to get back to you. I know that I can make it right. I'm coming home.
I love this video so much it makes me cry.